And here we go with a box from Mount the Coast. All right, so in this box we have the, oh boy, everybody. This is the Mount the Coast T1. This is their first debut trail shoe. And take a look at this. Look at this. Got this tan, like cream cappuccino colorway. Mount the Coast was kind enough to send these to me for testing, review, and all of this. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, so it is quite lightweight in the hand. Let's get kind of this fluffy stuff out of here. Oh my gosh, guys. Wow. Wow. So initially, just my first gut reaction is just the quality. So Mount the Coast, brand new, well, not brand new company, but they've been around for like a year. And they have just been making bangers, guys. The S1, the P1, the R1, and now the T1. I heard about this shoe from the running event last year and have been excited to check it out. So the big deal here, there's a lot of big deals actually, but the first one here is this dual tuned fit here, where just like the R1, you had like the lace option here to really cinch down that midfoot here. But here in the T1, you have the ability to do the same thing to tune it up top here. And so you can see how the laces want to store into this little baggie here, which has got kind of this little elasticy piece here. It almost reminds me of shorts that you would stick a gel into and have like a bit of security. So this little drawstring bit here, you know, with the little pressure barrels, if you will, aren't, you know, flapping about as you're moving and grooving. Okay, so you would put the shoe on, you would adjust as you need to, and then you can make periodical adjustments as you need once you get going. And then this has got like a little storage baggie right here for your top bungee. Okay, and so Mount the Coast does send alternative laces for the top to make it more of an R1 setup. Where are they? Here they are. Yeah, so it's these here, and it says once you do take off the elastic, that's permanent and can't be undone. So if you were to do that, you need to be very, very sure that's what you want to do. So moving on, this is a Kevlar-based upper, which to me, you know, it just looks very durable. It feels very durable, and with something like Kevlar going on, it seems like Mount the Coast has really taken the initiative to go through each item of this shoe to make it very high quality. I believe DuPont is involved in the process here. I will have to double check on that. I'll have it on the screen for you, but it sounds like they did a good job in sourcing their materials. Okay, and so the upper does have a little bit of a gusseted tongue situation here on the lateral side. And, oh, sorry, that was the medial, and then here's the lateral side. So double gusset there. Okay, it does appear to have quite the ventilation. You can see my finger right there. Let's have a feel of the material. You know, it's not super scratchy. Thinking Kevlar, you know, it would be scratchy, but it's not. It's actually quite soft to the hand. Okay, it's not plush by any means, but it does feel quite sporty and quite breathable. Okay. Let's pull out, oh, there goes the garbage truck. Here comes the insert. Whoa, this is a nice thick insert with some perforations. Probably ideal for ventilation as well as, you know, water drainage. Okay, feels very high quality there. So here we are moving on to the midsole. Okay, this is gonna be your PIBA base light cell midsole. And looks like you have some nice sidewalls, you know, going out left to right. It'll be interesting to see how the stability of this actually performs, okay? So very, very nice rugged toe cap here. Excuse me. For the upper, you know, I'm just having a feel and look of the T1, guys. It just feels very high quality. I like that they're not doing a super pronounced L-fear right here. This is very reminiscent of the R1, S1, P1. Okay, this kind of low dog heel counter here. Very plush to the fingers as well. Okay, moving on to the outside, we have the Vibram. Okay, I want to make sure I get this right. This is Vibram Light Base, and it is one of their lightest Vibram materials without any sacrificing of grip or traction. It's just far less material and basically just, you know, creates for a very lightweight package. So lightweight upper, lightweight midsole, lightweight outer, very decent amount of, you know, lugs. I mean, I would say that these are probably 4 to 5 millimeters for the lugs here. Very fun. If you can see, we got, you know, kind of a Mount DeCoste logo going on there, kind of all around. And just, you know, thinking about Mount DeCoste in their shoes, you know, they just have so much attention to detail, and it's just such a pleasure to hold and to run in. I was especially impressed with all their shoes last year. The R1 especially. I would say that the R1 was one of my favorite shoes of 2024, and that thing is a beast. It just lasts forever. And so if this is anything like those, which I imagine that they are, this thing is going to last forever, and it looks like it's built like a tank. Okay, we got a little gator attachment here. So, you know, it comes with the little instructions talking about the tuned fit, the technology, the light cell, and again the tuned fit. Talks about how to stow the cords. You know, very considerate of Mount DeCoste to really include all this stuff, so you're not having to go search for it, and how to operate their shoes. So I do have a trip coming up to Yellowstone National Park, in which we will be doing quite a bit of hiking, camping, hopefully running. All right, you know, we got the family out there, so we'll see how that goes. But I definitely want to get this shoe out there and see how it performs. But that's going to happen at the end of the month. What I've been doing, and as you guys know, I've been doing a lot of chores and chore theory and chore fit, you know, outside in the yard here. In fact, today is one of those days that we're going to be doing quite a bit of that. So it's going to be quite a dirty job. So these will be seeing quite a few chores and a lot of dirt very soon. So take a hard look at it right now. This is the cleanest that this shoe is ever going to be for me. So I will be putting these through their paces. And again, as you know, my approach is a little bit different than most, that I do chores as a means of gaining fitness with the goal of, you know, performing, you know, and surviving my chosen events, which in this case is running, okay? And running far distances. But guess what? You know, for me, there's life, and there's just a whole lot of things to do. But I feel that also can involve some good testing and durability stuff of shoes. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. And so that's what we're going to do with the Mount DeCoste T1 on this channel. So there will be a full review. I do have trails nearby, and I do have a little trail that I'm building out in my yard here. So fear not, these will get quite the usage actually. So there you go. Thank you so much, Mount DeCoste. I really appreciate you for sending these out. The link for this will be down here. I believe it's available for pre-order, and this will be available very, very soon. Something tells me that this shoe is going to sell out, be very, very popular this year. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you in the next one.